Greetings, class, and welcome to Descriptive Chemistry 1. In this video, I want to navigate through the classroom so that you can see what you have available. So first of all, I am Professor Lisa Batiste, and I am your instructor for this course. There are a couple of ways you can reach me, but the best way is through my email, lbatiste@gmc.edu. Here are some important dates for this class. And you'll find where the class begins, the add and drop deadline, the student initiated with request withdrawal date deadline. All module course must be completed by a certain date. The final assignment grading, the final assignment period, the final exam, and Module 8 quiz deadline. Now, these are the dates for the particular term that I recorded this video, but note that these dates may change depending on when your class is available. So make sure that you check the homepage for your specific dates. You'll also find the class welcome video that I made for you, the link for the Tuesday office hours. The Saturday office hours don't have a link. You can reach me by phone or email on Saturdays, but on Tuesdays, I will be available in the Zoom classroom. Also, this is where you will find the video that I am doing right now. There are some links that'll take you right to different modules in the course from the homepage. The PAHV is the Participation Academic Honesty Verification. This is our attendance requirement, so it's important that you do complete this. So we're going to click on that so that you can see that particular link. So you will find it right here. So complete this immediately upon reviewing the course syllabus and attendance policy and pledging to abide by the student honor code. By completing or agreeing, you also understand that communicating with your professor when you need further guidance and clarification about the course and its requirements is important. Completing this PAHV affirmation will unlock access to the first module. All right, so it's very important that you complete this. Once you complete this, you are officially in the class. All right, so it's very important that you do make sure that you complete that so that you will be counted present. All right. If you do not complete this, you will be administratively withdrawn from the class, and so you won't be able to participate in the class activities. So very important that you complete that. So if we go back home, we'll see all the other links. So you will see module 0, that is the information that you complete or look through before Module 1 begins, which is week 1 of the class, or when the class actually begins. Then you have Module 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up to Module 8. So let's look at the syllabus next. So in the syllabus, you see my welcome to the class information. You see some fun facts about me, my name, and I look forward to helping you learn, grow, and succeed in this course. My contact information and office hours. This is the other way you can reach me by phone. All right. So remember, email or by phone. Either way, you will get to me. If I do not answer, then please leave me a message if you're calling. Also, if you are sending an email, make sure that you let me know which class you are in. And then my information about my education, my BS, my MS, and my PhD that I'm working on right now, and that I am a certified wastewater lab analyst. And then any communication about me. All right. So that's my information. This also gives you another link to the office hours for Tuesday. Here's some details on how to get help with the help desk. All right. So if you're having problems logging in, then you want to reach out to the help desk. You can also find this link on the GMC webpage. All right. Course description, so it's an introduction to general chemistry, a systematic look at the fundamental concepts of the structure and properties of matter. Topics include formulas, chemical structure and equations, solution chemistry, stoichiometric calculations, and equilibrium, including acid-base equilibrium. There are 6 quarter hours, 4.5 for the lecture, and 1.5 for the laboratory. The course learning objectives, or the CLOs. For each module, you'll see this CLO that represents the course learning objectives, and it'll give you a number that's represented for that particular module. This is where you find the detailed information about those course learning objectives. So students successfully completing this course will be able to discuss the properties and types of matter, name inorganic compounds and determine chemical formulas, balance chemical equations, including oxidation reduction equations, perform calculations using the mole concept, molarity, and chemical stoichiometry. Discuss and use the periodic table. Discuss types of chemical bonds and shapes of molecules. Perform calculations using titration data and discuss acids and bases and the pH scale. The course content: definitions and properties of matter, calculations using the metric system and unit conversions, atoms, molecules, ions, and ionic compounds, the periodic table, atomic structure and electron configurations, chemical bonding and molecular structure, stoichiometric calculations, energy and heat of reactions, behavior of gases and the gas laws, solutions and colloids, chemical equilibrium, acid-base equilibria, and nuclear chemistry. So, the textbook information, all the resources will be provided in the modules, and there are some minimum computing requirements. First of all, the PC, Microsoft Windows 10 or higher, and for a Mac, Mac OS Mojave 10.14 or higher. We also want to make sure that you have Microsoft Office. If you do not, it is available and free to all our online students. So make sure, whether you have a PC or Mac, that you follow these instructions and make sure that you have Microsoft Office on your computers. All right? Very important. One thing I do want to mention that there are certain programs that do not allow you to use your MacBook or your Chromebook or your iPad or tablet or even your cellular phone. And so some of those links do not register with that. So it's very important that you do have a PC or that you do have a Mac computer so that you can access all of your programs that are attached to this class. All right. So some of the basic things you can do with the Canvas app, but then some of the links do not work well with the Canvas app. So very important that you be aware of that. And then another thing that you'll need is Adobe Acrobat Reader, okay, for the PDF files. And here's a link on how to get that onto your computer. Here's some hardware requirements. And internet, very important because this is an online class, that you do have reliable internet connection. You also want to make sure that you have an alternate internet location. So, say something happens at home with your internet connection, you want to have another location that you can go to. Remember that most restaurants do have internet connections. However, it might not be as secure, so you want to make sure that you go to a secure site. So maybe like a library. Those sites are usually secure. If you're close to a GMC location, then you can always use their computer labs. The performance criteria for this class: the grade categories and then the weight. So there are 8 activities for 25%, 7 quizzes at 20%, 8 lab assessments at 30%, and then the comprehensive final exam is 25%. 90 to 100 will give you an A, 80 to 89 is a B, 70 to 79 is a C, 65 to 69 is a D, and then less than 65 is an F, but we don't want anybody in that D and F category, all right? Any grade review must be initiated with the faculty member within 30 days of the end of the grading period in which the grade was reported. For more details about the procedure for appealing any grades or sanctions, including those for academic dishonesty, please refer to the academic appeals process in the college catalog. It can be found in the following link. Okay. But if you have any issues with your grades at any time, please reach out to me and let me know. Disability accommodations. So, Georgia Military College complies with the Americans with Disabilities Act and Section 504 of the Rehabilitation Act. Any student who feels they may need an accommodation or assistance based on the impact of a disability should contact their student disability coordinator to complete the process of becoming verified and receive instructor notification letters. Once the notification letter is presented with timely notice to the faculty member, the student can receive accommodations. The disability services, policies, and procedures can be found in the GMC catalog. The student's disability coordinator for your site may be found at the GMC Disability Services website. And this, if you click on that, it'll give you the link. Okay, it'll direct you right to disability services. All right. And so you have that information. Charles Wells is the manager of student disabilities, and here's the number as well as his email. Okay, that you can reach out to him, and this gives information on how to apply for disability services. So if you have any questions about that, please reach out to Mr. Charles Wells. All right. Academic success. Because we care about your success, GMC uses the Canvas inbox to coordinate communication among students as well has a support network with faculty and support staff. Throughout the term, you can expect your instructor to send progress reports via Canvas inbox. So I'll either use inbox or I'll use your GMC email. More than likely, I'll use the email. So make sure that you are checking your email regularly. And then ethics, Georgia Military College honor code. I will not lie, cheat, steal, or tolerate those who do. So make sure that you read through our ethics policy as well as our policy on artificial intelligence or AI. Expectations and administrative procedures. Read through this information. This tells what you would expect me to do, and this is the information that I expect you to do as a student. All right. And then down here is the course schedule. So you'll see it's broken up into modules. So you'll see the course learning objectives that I talked about previously and which course learning objectives you will be doing for each module. It also talks about the reading that will be done as well as the activities and assignments for each module. And then authentic servant leadership at GMC. Authentic servant leaders possess the following characteristics and practice the following skills: civility, ethical thinking, humility, critical thinking, empathy, effective communication, and emotional intelligence. And so read through this information. These are the skills that we want to instill in you as a student, and these are skills that we want you to be able to recognize in other leaders that are around you currently or in your future careers. And then the course summary. This gives you all the activities and their due dates. And you'll notice that there's a large number of activities and the due date of July 22nd, 2026. All right. So this is the due date for the time that I recorded this video. Make sure that if you are in a different term, that you check your course summary for the appropriate due date. All right. And then the final exam due date. So now that is your syllabus. We're going to look at the announcements, and I'm just going to go down this menu. So in the announcements, you'll see different announcements. Some of these have future dates, so you'll see that's where you'll find all your announcements. But now we're going to look through the module. So in the module, you will see how to be successful in this course. You'll see a link for the student handbook. The student resources, I do want to click on to go over this with you. Coming up a bit slowly. All right, so this is all types of resources that we have available for you as a student through the GMC Online. So getting help with Canvas, accessing Microsoft Office, remember it's free for students. Useful forms like receive an incomplete form, reinstatement form, or academic appeals form. Different useful links like the academic calendar, the academic programs catalog, disability services, the help desk, library databases, library guides, EBSCO ebooks, all right, your student email, Georgia Career Information System. This is the username and password for that. Different videos to help you with writing, library guides, BrainFuse. That is our online tutoring service. It is free for students, so you can get on-demand tutoring and help with assignments. So if you are needing extra help, make sure that you reach out, and I will show you the link to BrainFuse within the classroom. Very helpful. This is information about our disability services. Our textbook is embedded into the classroom, so you don't really need that information. You don't have an ebook. And then our policy on academic integrity and avoiding plagiarism. Okay, so let's go back to the modules. All right, and also on here we have the Academic Success Toolkit. You have a link to our textbook and the transcripts for videos. And then we want to go down to the PAHV. PAHV. I already talked about this, so make sure that you do that. You'll want to watch this guidance video from the Vice President of Online Academics. In this video, he explains the changes that have been made to the Canvas classroom. And so you want to watch that to get more information about that. And then if we scroll down a little bit more, we start with our module one, and you see you have the CLO one here. Each module will have an intro video, okay? And so I'm not going to go through the module information, but you will see that in the intro video. In the intro video, I'll go through in more detail of the different module information. But you can see that there are certain due dates. The way that this works is once you've completed the PAHV, you want to go to watch the video guidance. Once you've completed that, then you'll want to start with Module 1. Once you've completed Module 1, Module 2 will open up. All right. And so Module 2 won't open until Module 1 assignments have been completed. So very important that you go through and complete all of your work. If you have questions at any time, you may let me know. All right. And if you finish Module 1, say on Wednesday, Module 2 automatically opens, so you do not have to wait till the following week in order to complete the next module. You'll have a link to the grades. We're going to go to the BrainFuse online tutoring. This is your link to the tutoring. And so you'll want to launch BrainFuse and then you'll log in with your GMC credentials. This is a list of the rubrics. Let's see if we have some. There we go. The rubrics that we use for this particular course. If you want to see who is in the class and their emails, you can reach out to students. Maybe you can form study groups. Office 365, you have a link here as well as a link to the library, the Writing Nook. You will get an announcement when the course evaluations will open up, and you'll also get an email about it. So I strongly suggest that you do fill out the course evaluation so that we know what worked well in this course and how to improve for the next time. All right. Also, is a passport to Canvas. And the passport to Canvas will give you different tips and answer any questions that you have about the Canvas classroom. All right. So I'm going to go back to home. So that is navigating through descriptive chemistry 1, and I look forward to meeting all of you and working with you this term. Have an awesome term.